Hi, this is Abram Pilch with Laptop Magazine, and we are here today looking at the Genius GX Gaming Gila mouse. This is a brand new mouse that's coming out in September, and it has a lot of premium features. So just taking a quick look at the mouse itself, you see that if you could count, because there are buttons on the side, by the way, this is injected rubber, this is not some kind of fake soft touch paint for great gripability. If you could count, you would see that there are 12 buttons on here, plus the wheel. Another thing that is just really neat on this, yes, these panels here will always be red, but there are 4 different areas that light up and you can change the colors of the lights. So here you have sort of the back lights. Right now they're glowing sort of white. Over here you have the GX logo. Right now that's glowing sort of pink or purple. Over here you have the scroll wheel, which is also purple at the moment. And in the front we even have front headlights that right now are white. So also, like many gaming mice, this has a set of weights that you can remove, and it comes with a case where you can store the weights, so you won't lose them. We like the weights in, but you might like them out. So this mouse goes up to 8200 DPI, which is just really incredible. And as you can see, it makes the mouse pointer go really fast. But you can adjust that. In fact, you can adjust a lot of things. So if we go over to the Gila Config app, you'll see here that we have just a ton of options. First of all, we have our light options. So this is where you decide what color you want each of these lights to be. So actually it's 3 lights, 3 settings, because the mouse, the logo, and the scroll wheel get the same color. But if we go here and we change it, we'll change it to a nice, say, green, and we hit apply. It takes a few seconds, but it's worth it. You will see when this is done applying that we have, there it popped up a little message saying it was working on it, and now you can see, although it's hard to see in this light, that the GX has changed to a light green, and so has the scroll wheel. So you can adjust this to any RGB color you want. It reminds us a lot of the keyboards on Alienware notebooks in that respect. So going here into the advanced settings, you have a few things. First of all, you can lower and raise the mouse speed. You can change the polling rate, and you can change the DPI setting, the regular DPI setting here. We'll set it down because, wow, that was really fast. But here's something that's really interesting. There is something that you can assign to one of the buttons, and it is called sniper mode. So let's say, let's turn our DPI back here. Let's say you were playing a game and you felt that, wow, I'm going too fast and I'm just trying to get a really accurate position between 2 points. Well, like if you were a sniper. Well, you can assign one of your buttons to sniper mode. So what sniper mode, we'll show you in a second, does, we'll turn the DPI all the way up again so you can see the difference, which is dramatic when you go into sniper mode. So with our DPI, DPI turned up, we have our mouse pointer, it's kind of hard to target windows with because it's so fast, right? So you see how fast it is. Now I'm going to hold down this button, and you see that target appeared. I have to hold the button down while I'm doing it. The minute I let go, I'm not in sniper mode. You see my pointer is a lot slower. That's because, and you can set this, it sends you down to a lower DPI, like let's say 1200 DPI, which allows you to go a lot slower. Now, like anything else, like a lot of these things, a lot of these mice, you can create a ton of macros. If we're here, you can see that we can go, and here's the name of the macro, but we can create a new one. We'll call it test. And all we need to do is hit the record button over here, and we can give it a series of keystrokes. And we hit stop, and now the test macro is in here, and then we can go and assign it to a button. So you can see here there are lots of things you can assign to a button, and you can go and assign a macro, and anyway, you can go and assign this to a macro, to a button, and then decide which button you want to do. For example, we assigned another macro we created to a button, and the macro we have says hello over and over again. So if you can imagine, generally when you use this for typing, I just hit my button and it's doing running this macro. So that's particularly useful for games where you're going to put together a lot of key commands. Finally, one thing I want to show you is a feature called angle snapping. I'm going to turn that on. So what happens a lot of the time is when you're in a program, let's say we're in Paint here, but you wouldn't use this for Paint so much as for a game. When you're in a program, and you want to move left to right, and you move horizontally. Let's see, it's still going. Okay. So on a faster machine, this would actually go faster. So if you want to strafe right to left, you have angle snapping on. Generally, it's going to allow you, if I'm doing this correctly, to draw a more straight line. If I have angle snapping off, then I'm going to go more all over the place. And that is an issue because you clearly want to be able to strafe left and right straight easily without going up and down too much. So those are just some of the features of the Genius GX Gaming Gila mouse that is going to be available in September for around $99 from major retailers all over the US.